Hi, my name's Sarah Norman. I am the person in charge of registration at the Twin States Festival every year. This is my 10th year doing this job, and I'm proud to present to you yet another really low budget video to train you to work at as a volunteer at the registration booth. Actually, we find that having training in a video format that works at your convenience is great for everybody instead of trying to get all the volunteers together on one day to have a live training seminar. Well, what I want to do first is thank you for being willing to work as a volunteer at registration. Truly, when you are at the registration booth, you are the first face of the festival that many of the twins will see. And so you're like the welcoming committee to your own very large party. Because of that, we really look forward to having you come with a very service-oriented attitude, wearing a smile and dressed very modestly, dressed for comfort and dressed for the weather. You're going to be standing a lot. Comfortable shoes matter. We ask you wear modest length shorts. If that's what you like to do, you can wear a skirt if you want to, if that's how you're comfortable. We ask that you wear a very plain t-shirt, one that doesn't advertise anything, unless perhaps you belong to a Mother of Twins club and you would like to wear a club t-shirt as part of your uniform. We have a very family-friendly environment at the Twin States Festival, and that is really the job of our volunteers to convey, as well as the rest of us who work on the festival committee itself. Well, what I want to talk to you about mostly is the job that you have to do at the festival in the registration booth, regardless of whether you're working on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday during the festival. The primary job at the registration booth is to register twins. Some twins have pre-registered, and so that's one of the things that we handle is pre-registered twins. Most of that business comes in on Friday night, where we will accept and welcome more than half of the twins who are going to be there for the whole weekend. So almost 1,000 sets of twins will come through on Friday night in about 6 hours. It's a daunting task. So be on time for your shift, be ready to go, have already watched this video, and be ready to do your job. After that, the other thing that we do in registration is register twins on site. And so the bulk of the work on Saturday and Sunday is registering twins who didn't get their pre-registration in quite on time. So I'm going to talk first about pre-registered twins and how you work with them, and then I'll go on to some of the other things related to on-site registration and the other actions that happen in the registration booth. For twins who are pre-registered, they have already sent their information in, their money. They just need to come and collect their packet of fun, as I call it, to get going into the festival. They will have already been listed in a booklet, which we have stationed at each of the pre-registration pickup stations. And your job is to look them up inside of the book to find out what number they are. Each set of twins that comes to the festival is assigned a registration number. The number needs to go onto a card like this. We'll call it a number card. It can have a name on it. You may have the twins come along who want to write their name on the opposite side. But the important thing to have for twins participating in any contest is to have the number written here. You look up their name inside the booklet. You'll look them up by maiden name if they are female twins, because we always file according to maiden name. That part doesn't usually change. And then you're going to write whatever number that you see in the booklet on both cards. You're going to create a set of 2 cards. You're going to write that number in large enough letters to be read from a distance. You'll have a very large Sharpie marker there at your disposal to be able to write that number neatly, make them at least an inch tall, basically filling the space. Some of our cards change color from year to year. Don't worry if it's a different color. The color of the card doesn't matter. It has the same function. Some twins who are pre-registered are coming for the very first time, and you might want to ask them at that point if they have been to the festival before. If they have already been to the festival, your job is going to be very easy. You're going to hand them the things, which I'll go through the list of what those things are, and you're going to sort of send them on the way because they know the routine. They'll know what to look for. They'll know how to make a good time out of their weekend here. If this is their first time coming to the festival, you're going to want to take a little more time to talk to them about what is going on and how they can make the most of their time at the festival. One of the ways that you will do that, and if it's their first time, by the way, you're going to give them a little silver sticker. That's the one sticker that the registration booth is responsible for on Friday night. Will be responsible for all of them. And there are some other ones I'll tell you about that are new this year. But there's the silver sticker we have that says, My First Festival. And we would like to recognize people who are attending for the first time that way. We introduced the sticker recognition program last year and had rave reviews from both the old timers who were happy to welcome new attendees, but also the new attendees who were made to feel especially welcome being at the festival. So put a sticker on the number side or on the name side, whichever they prefer, for being a first time guest at the festival. But then you're going to give them a program. Here's our program from last year. Each twin gets a program. So if you have a higher order berth, such as triplets or quads, you're going to give one souvenir program to each one of the member of the sets of that. But generally it's twins, and there's two of them. They get two of these. There will be two proclamations, which are a piece of paper welcoming them as honorary citizens to Twinsburg, Ohio. And then you're also going to give them a flyer, a brochure for Cedar Point, who is one of our major sponsors. Most of these items will already be assembled in a bag, and you can literally grab the bag, give it to the twins. But if it's their first time here, you do want to take time to explain to them what is inside of the program. And in the program, they're going to find the list of all of the activities that are going on all weekend long, locations, times, qualifications for being in a contest, what have you. The contest schedule is in there. My best advice to a new set of twins is to take time, especially on Friday, but even if they arrive on Saturday, take the time to sit down and look at the program so they can figure out how they want to plan a great weekend. Well, that's how you handle a pre-registered set of twins. They're almost ready to walk in the door as long as you've given them a wristband. The wristband needs to be fit on whichever wrist that they like best to their comfort. Some twins like to take it off every day. Some twins will keep it on for the whole weekend. A few twins will keep it on until next year. But your job is to make sure that they're ready to go into the festival, whether it's Friday night or Saturday. They have their wristband, they have their bag of fun, and they have their name tags ready to go. That is the process for handling pre-registered twins. And the other thing that we do at registration is to process and welcome on-site registered twins. The cost is a little bit more, and you have to deal with money if this is the side of the job that you have. When you are welcoming a set of twins who are ready to register, they will need to have a form like this. This is an on-site registration form. They will fill out all of their personal information here. Some twins may have been here before. It doesn't matter. It's on-site registration. They still have to fill out the form in order to do so. You will want to ask them if this is their first time coming to the festival, because if it is, you will want to make a note about the proof of birth, and they will show you either state IDs or perhaps a birth certificate. Baptismal certificates are acceptable if they have the birth date on them as well. And you need to make a note about the fact that you did see their proof of birth and that they are in fact twins. And that is the information that our office will use so that we do not ask them to provide that information at a future date. You're going to complete the rest of this top line, which includes the date that the registration was received. You may use just the month and the date. You're going to insert the registration number into the proper box. This is important for the twins. You're going to find that registration number from a box of prepared number cards that is behind you. Those will be created in duplicate in sequential order. And so that's how we keep track of how many twins we have registered at the time. You will have an amount written in here that says $20. If it's a higher order set of twins, like triplets or quads, you need to add $10 per additional person for the registration fee. You're going to write the amount collected, which should be $20. And you're also going to indicate how it was paid, whether it was cash, which you can write cash or the dollar sign in there for. You are going to write down if it's a check, what the check number is, and if it's a check, you're going to make a note about their state ID. You need to see a driver's license, a valid driver's license, be sure it hasn't expired, and make a note of the number and the state that it is from. Or if it's Saturday or Sunday, we will accept a credit card. However, you will need to see me in order to have that processed, and I will run it for you. We can take a credit card on Friday night for on-site registration. However, we don't have the ability to run it until Saturday morning. I will also be the person who has to do that, so you don't have to memorize that information. Finally, you need to put your initials up at the top so that I know in the event we have a question about what happened, who we can follow up with. That almost never happens if you do it all right the first time. Well, this is a duplicate form, and so you're going to tear it apart. You're going to file the white copy in a set of filing folders that are behind you, and you're going to file it by the last 2 digits in the twin number. You're going to give the twins the yellow copy, and this is their receipt in the event they need to know their number or they lose their name tags, number tags, or what have you. That is an important document for them to keep the whole rest of the weekend. When you have a set of on-site registered twins, you give them all the same information that you've given to pre-registered twins. You're going to give them 2 programs and 2 proclamations and the Cedar Point thing, and it's all going to be in a bag, and you're going to hand them their fun thing, and you're going to let them go. You're either giving them the same spiel for first-time visitors or you're not, depending on the circumstances. There's one special difference on Friday night that you should be aware of. We do have a Wiener Roast that is free for the twins, and there will be a set of Wiener Roast hot dog tickets, meal tickets for you to give to the twins on Friday night only. They get in, if they have other family members with them, there are tickets available to purchase. You sort of get in the one big long line, and the ticket sales is available, and the ticket taker is right before the hot dogs, and everybody can eat a hot dog dinner on Friday night. Now, you may have some twins who have already done their paperwork. They printed a registration form online, or they brought it out of their program from last year, or what have you. They just didn't get it turned in on time because we have a deadline for pre-registration. If they bring you one of these forms, please be sure to fill out the name part on a duplicate form, tear off the white part, and staple it to this pre-registered form so that you can create all the financial tracking up at the top. As long as the name is on it and it's stapled together, simply like this, then it will be easy for us to process in the office at a later date. Make sure you check to see if they have completed any of the other sections on here for either a program sponsorship or a photo order, because you cannot take that information at this point in time. They will need to pay the $20 because they're now an on-site registration, no longer a pre-registration, but of course, you'll be marking that on here. And if they would like to continue to order a photo, you need to fill out an on-site photo order form. This is the other thing that we do at the registration booth is sell photographs. It has a place for all of the twins' information that they would like the photo mailed to. You need to watch to see if it's an international address because there's an extra charge for that. You may not sell a photograph to a set of unregistered twins. That is part of the perk of paying the registration fee and being counted, and this is why we allow them to purchase the photographs. You'll need to complete the financial tracking down at the bottom. We can take check, cash, or credit card for payment of a photograph. This is also a duplicate form. You tear it apart, give the receipt, the yellow copy, to the twins, and you will file the white copy in a different set of folders alphabetically by the last name given. You can tell twins also the photographs, depending on the volume of orders, will be shipped not later than Thanksgiving. It's always by October, but you can tell them not later than Thanksgiving, and if they don't get it by Thanksgiving, they should call the office. Now, sometimes we have some inclement weather or people miss the photograph for various and sundry reasons. One of the forms you also need to be prepared to take is a photo change order form. If someone wants to switch from a Saturday to Sunday or vice versa photo or something like that, they should fill out one of these. You file it alphabetically according to the last name, and I will take care of processing that in the evening after the festival each day. It also requires a registration number Duplicate form, yellow copy to the twins, white copy filed, as I said. One of the things that's different and new this year is an expanded sticker recognition program. I'm going to show you examples of the stickers, but they are not this large. This year we have a variety of milestone stickers that will be handed out on Friday night at the information booth, but on Saturday and Sunday at the registration booth. These are for pre-registered twins only to mark the number of years that they have registered for the festival. This is not necessarily consecutive years, and I must emphasize it is only for pre-registered twins. So if someone comes and registers on site at this year's festival and says, but it's my 15th year of being here, they needed to pre-register in order to be on our list, official list, to receive one of these stickers. We also have a special one for twinless twins. So in the event you register a twinless twin whose twin is deceased, either in utero or sometime that they are surviving the twin, there is a special recognition sticker for them. These are 1-inch stickers, the same size as we have for the first festival attendees. Well, that's pretty much all of the information you need to know to be able to do an effective job as a registration volunteer. I'll be dressed like this for the festival, so come find me at registration. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help. You can write those questions at the bottom of this video posting, or you can connect with me through the Sign Up Genius, because that's how you know to watch this video. And I thank you for watching and hope that you have a great experience at this festival. We look forward to hosting it every year, and it's a great pleasure to be able to welcome twins from across the country and across the world to this very special event. Thank you and have a great time at the festival.